Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Madan Mohan, Shri Radhe. Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Sita Ram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Jayo Jayo Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva. Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Guru Deva. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gaura Hari Bol. प्रतिष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. जय राधा मदन मोहन, राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय राधा मदन मोहन, राधा मदन मोहन राधे। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान। জয় গৌরনিতাই 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 জয় গৌরনিতাই। জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ। জয় জয় গুরুদেব 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 জয় জয় গুরুদেব। নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল।
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parvajakacharya Astra Tata Satya Shishiman His Divine Grace Bhakti Sant Goswami Maharaj Shil Prabhupada ki jai. Anatakoti Vaishnavrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem Sikaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasiri Gaura Bhaktivinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gokopinath Shamakunda Radhakunda Giri Govardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Mayapur Dham ki jai, Noastinapur Dham ki jai, Gaur Premanandi, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories to some devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Guranga.
नमस्ते नरसिंहाय नमस्ते नरसिंहाय प्रह्लाददायिने हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षहाय शिलटङ्कानखालये इतो नृसिंह परतो नृसिंह इतो नृसिंह परतो नृसिंह यतो यतो यामि ततो नृसिंह बाहिर नरसिंह हृदये नरसिंह नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपद्ये तव करकमलवरे नखाम् अद्भुतशृङ्गाम् दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गम् केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे। वृषवधृता नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल विघ्न विनाशक नृसिंह भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय
Jai. Gaur Premanandi. Thank you, Shivani and Sudevi, for the beautiful kirtan. Where's Manoram? It's a little echoey, isn't it? Okay, don't worry. Hare Krishna, welcome. My name is Ananda. I am the temple president here, and it's an honor every Sunday to welcome all of you. Whether you've been coming here for many years or today is your first day, we are always so glad to gather in Sangha. Please just take a moment to turn to the person next to you and thank them for being here. And the person behind you, and the person in front of you, even if you're in the same car with them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We really can't do this by ourselves. Okay, so we have some wonderful options that come up on the screen shortly. We'll tell you about them now, and then we will, options for learning, and then we will thank the wonderful sponsors today, because it's a wonderful thing to do to feed, especially to feed devotees of Krishna. So sponsoring the Sunday lunch feast, which we'll serve at 2 o'clock. Then we have Govinda's downstairs. But connected to the classes today, we have a book called the Bhagavad Gita As It Is. This is the name of the foundational book of this Hare Krishna movement. If you can hear me, please say shh. And there's a meme in ISKCON that says Bhagavad Gita as it is on the shelf. As it is. Means I have it, but I'm good. And so today's class with a visiting Swami, Bhakti Vasudev Swami, who has a master's, has a PhD in the science of management, of leadership and management. So he'll be speaking in the temple room, and then there's another workshop going on in Prabhupada's temple, the old temple room, which is the Gita's guide to loving, getting on with people, I think, something like that. My husband's giving it, so I'll be forgiven for forgetting his class. But the point I'm trying to say is that we hope that what you learn here helps you take the Bhagavad Gita as it is off the shelf. Because until we begin to actually live these teachings, we will remain as it is. We will actually not change. We will remain as we are. And the whole point of a the whole point of a sincere spiritual practice is that we want to change. We want to get rid of some of the things that we do that we don't want to be doing, and we want to add Krishna to our lives in bigger and better ways. So that's our hope, that's our design, that's why we give choices. So whether you're here or whether you're down at the workshop, we're still waiting. Our main tech people are not here today. So this is just now coming, but we have a mantra meditation downstairs. We have a discussion group at the Bhakti Lounge. We also have teachings of the Gita in Hindi for those who may be more comfortable in the language of Hindi. And then here in the temple room, we have the science, Krishna as the great science. Okay, Amy's just throwing her hands up in the air like Draupadi. We can't figure it out. But it's called, Krishna is actually the best science decision maker. And then we also have the other workshop in the old temple room. So after we thank the wonderful sponsors today and offer our gratitude and prayers on their behalf, then we'll invite you to find your place. And then we'll all meet at lunch or down in Govinda's, and we can share, because the number one way to remember what you learned is to tell somebody about it. So we encourage you to do that. On the drive home, people always roll their eyes when I ask this question at the dinner table. So what did you learn today? Or what was the highlight of your time today? But if studies show that if you actually take a moment to tell somebody what you learned, that will stay with you more than not telling somebody. Good. Okay. So we have some wonderful sponsors to thank. C&D.
Hare Krishna. I want to thank all the sponsors for today, and also same time remind everyone that Janmashtami is coming up, and we are looking for future sponsors for the event. So there is a form there if you would like to sponsor, from dress to the abhishek to flowers and prasadam for everyone, flower prasad for the deities, book for the deities and all that. So you can see us. And also if you have already sponsored, so we have a parking pass available today for pickup. So abhishek will be taking place from 7:30 to 9:30. For those families who have sponsored, will be given parking pass so you can park close by, so you can be on time to perform the abhishek. And then other families can, we have on our website all the details where to park, upside parking. Okay, thank you. So now let's thank the today's sponsors. We have, we'll start with the wedding anniversary. We have the main sponsor today, Sonal and Manan Thakur, sponsoring for wedding anniversary. Sonal and Manan, please come up. Where are the... Okay, that's good. How many years? 30 years? Okay, you sure 30 years? 31?
They're so young. They look
One.
like they got married yesterday.
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Coming just now. Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you. Hare Krishna, please.
And son, okay. Hum do, hamari do. Okay, we better give some rasgullas too, so that they get enough. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So the next we have Deepak and Ramita Malla for 28th wedding anniversary. Okay, Deepak ji, Ramita ji, please come up. Deepak is here? Okay, here comes. Where is Srimati Khaita? Agadi. Yeah, I guess yes.
Because I owe the garland to the other family.
Sonal, can you come up again? Sonalji. Yeah. You take the garland, then after a few minutes you can put it on your husband. Then he'll walk around with the garland. Yeah. So
28 years.
2 years behind. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So it's Rajkumar here. We also want to wish Rajkumar happy birthday. So let's big round of applause to Rajkumarji, Shima's husband from Virginia. He's there on the way. So we'll reserve the cake for them. So the next sponsor was also actually in the memory. I just did some puja for them also. So they are sponsoring in the memory of father. So we have Shobha Sabrawal and Meghna Khanna in memory of Lalit Kumar Sabrawal. So we'll chant the Mahamantra for 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Shobhaji and Meghna, can you come up? आप पीछे हैं. Okay. Some prasad. 2 prasad. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So the next we have Aurobindo Banik in memory of mother. And actually both families, husband and wife, are sponsoring. So they sponsor Aurobindo Banik and Manisha Banik are sponsoring in memory of Mother Malati Banik and also the Savitri Kaur. So I'd like to chant the Mahamantra for 3 times. And Arvind, if you can come up. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Aurobindo and Manisha ji, yeah, please come up. नहीं आ रहे चले. Hare Krishna. Thank you. That's all the sponsors for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm going to just introduce Bhakti Vasudev Swami to you right now, but before I want to just remind some of the young children who may not know, but there is a cow hidden here in the temple room, and if you find the cow, there's a little message by the cow. One time I made this announcement and a family came back after 1 hour and they had looked all over the property to find a real cow, which we have. But this is not a real cow, but it's in the temple room somewhere. Okay, so let me just pull up Bhakti Vasudev Swami. He joined in ISKCON Nigeria in 1984. He received his first and second initiation from His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami, and in 1986, sannyas, the vows of renunciation, from His Holiness Jaipatak Swami. He actually did that in 2009. He's an initiating guru in ISKCON, has a PhD in applied management and decision sciences, and he's authored over 35 publications in international peer-reviewed journals, And his real focus is integrating Gaudiya Vaishnava, this is the Bhakti tradition we're in, technologies with management science. So we invite you, if you want to listen to this wonderful speaker, to come a little closer and put your phone on silent or into your pocket or your pocketbook so it doesn't disturb you for an hour. If you wanted to join the workshop or any of the other activities, the Bhakti Lounge or the mantra meditation, you can also make your way to those areas right now. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and we will see you around in the next few hours and next week. Hare Krishna.
Someone's to play the Midanga, is it? I used to say that I'm not carrying guns. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopi Janavala Bhagiri Varadhari. Yasudhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasudhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Jamunatera Vanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharyam Asto Trusatat Sisima, the Divine Grace, ISKCON Pranachar, Shila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacharyam Asto Trusatat Sisima, the Divine Grace, Shila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavina Ki Jai. Namacharya Sil Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Si Kahav Si Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Si Advaita Gatadhar Si Vasari Si Gaura Bhaktabin Ki Jai. Si Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Syama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Gopatan Ki Jai. Sabindavan Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Si Mayapanavadev Dham Ki Jai. Si Jaganapuri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Samata Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vinda Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Our glories to the sum of devotees. Our glories to the sum of devotees. Our glories to the sum of devotees. Our glories, all glories to Guru and Guranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Gyana Timirandasya Gyana Jana Salakaya Saksura Militam Jena Tasmai Si Gurave Namaha. Sachitaya Manovistam Staphitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupam Kadamaya Dadati Swa Padantikam. Vanchakalpataribhacha Kripasundabhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Itinamani. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sonyavadi Paschatya Disatari. Vande Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodasi Gudachaya Puspavanto Chita Chandu Tamamadi. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you everyone for coming to participate in our famous Sunday Feast program here, the capital of the whole world, Washington, D.C. So our topic of discussion is Krishna as the best of decision scientists. Never heard that before, right? Strange guy with strange topics. Okay. So, the point is that whatever you think of, any profession, any expertise on the planet, Krishna has all of that in full. Because he is Bhagawan. He is the possessor of all opulences. I'm talking about decisions. And if we read the Bhagavad Gita meticulously and the Puranas, specifically the Bhagavad Purana, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and even the Mahabharata, you will find that Krishna is the best of decision scientists and the best of strategists. You know, in these big Fortune 500 companies, they have their strategists, they are the planners. Even the political parties, they have their strategists. They make the plans strategically, how to become successful, how the whole program could yield fruitful results. So we find Krishna in all of this, and a typical example is, let's take just a common story in the Bhagavatam. Common Krishna Lila in the Bhagavatam. Jarasandha had attacked Dwarka 17 times. He failed. The 18th time, he allied with Kalevan. Kalevan is like an invincible administrative warrior. And, you know, whenever there is a war, there will be loss of lives. And Krishna, basically everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. Mama evam so jiva loke jiva bhutta sanatana. This is what Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita. So everyone is his part and parcel, but he also has a responsibility to protect the members of his community, Dwarka. And so, when Jarasandha attacked 70 times, he was woefully defeated. And you know, when you have to engage in battles, you have to map out your strategies very meticulously so that you don't become defeated woefully. So that's what Jarasandha tried to avoid, a woeful defeat again on the 18th attempt. So he allied with a powerful Kshatriya, powerful warrior, Kaliyavan. And when the battle began, we have read many times this story, Krishna left the battlefield. He decided to leave the battlefield. And, you know, his enemies tend to look at him like a coward. But here is the deal. Here is when Krishna combined meticulous decision-making and strategy. He decided to leave the battlefield, and his strategy was to get Kaliyavan, just him, annihilated. Because when the top is broken down, there's no roof. When the commander is killed, you know, the war is over. That is, those who are in the military or those who are serving in the military, they know this. if the top commander, they don't allow the commander to be exposed to the battlefield. So Krishna left the battlefield, and Kaliavan was just pursuing him and making mockery of him, jesting him. So he led Kaliavan into a mountain cave. And in that mountain cave, you know who was sleeping there? Muchukunda. Muchukunda had helped the devas, and they are giving him a boon to sleep peacefully. But if anybody comes to disturb your sleep, when you wake up, your eyes, the glance of your eyes should destroy that person. And so Krishna went into that cave where Muchukunda was sleeping. And then he used his yellow cloth and veiled on Muchukunda, and he proceeded on. The cave is dark always. Those of you who have been to caves, it's not bright like this room. So Kaliavan entered the cave, was chasing after Krishna, and then he saw someone lying down in the cave. And they also know Krishna's clothes, yellow clothes. So he saw this yellow clothes, and he thought to be Krishna. So he kicked him. Coward. And then Muchukunda woke up. Muchukunda woke up, and he glanced on Kaliavan, and that's how he was pulverized. So here is a combination, two strategies, two models are involved, a strategy and a decision making. He decided to leave the battlefield. Now for us, if we are facing a situation where we may or may not succeed, we don't have any option. We want to fight and kill ourselves. We want to fight and die. In fact, right here in America, 40% of organizational decisions are poor. 60% are perfect. Now, that is an organizational level. Now, when you talk of individuals, we have a lot to deal with when you come to decision making. And our choices are based on our decisions. Our social decisions make our future existence, future social life. Take, for instance, a girl wants to marry a boy, and he sees this boy riding a car, a Lamborghini, nah? Beautiful car, expensive. And the girl became attracted to the boy because of the Lamborghini. And she traps him. And he got him. And they fell in love. But this guy is a drug dealer. And so we tend to see things from our own eyes, from our own perspective, on face value. And that makes decision making, our personal decision making, very difficult. I was in Mayapur for a couple of years during the COVID. So one of the devotees who was cooking for me in Mayapur, one lady, the youngest child was to get married. And a boy and his family came to solicit for a hand for marriage. But what this family of the girl decided to do was to go to embark on some investigations. They got the details of the boy, the date of birth, time of birth, city of birth, and they consulted with 3 authentic astrologers. Not the astrologers on the internet. There are people, I know of friends who have PhD in astrology, and that is their job. They studied it. So this family, they went to investigate, and then they found out that the first marriage of this boy will end in divorce. So they refused to give their daughter to him. They decided, no. But then that decision was based on investigative inquiries. That is a strategy. Now, we may not have a definitive approach to decision making. But if we align with someone who is a pure devotee of the Lord, he can help us. I can give you my own gross example. When I joined the movement, I met my spiritual master in Nigeria. I was born in Nigeria before I got invited by some professors in America to come for presentations at the conferences, and that's how I ended up becoming a naturalized citizen in America. So, when people don't have even a deep understanding about what to do with their lives, in fact, everybody has a commission on the planet. Everybody born on this planet has a commission. It's a matter of what decisions you make that will lead you to that commission, to realizing that your commission. And if you don't have that insight of how to make your decisions, you could get some help. So I got my help from my own spiritual master. I wanted to be just a simple devotee, wake up and chant Hare Krishna, do Sankirtan and all this stuff. But, the bona fide spiritual master, he is able to identify the potentials of the disciple and unleash those potentials fully for that disciple's full development and enhancing the spiritual mission of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's what he did with me. In fact, I was a temple president at some point in time. And he engaged me to go and preach to professors. He told me I should go and preach to the professors. But that job was too much for me to combine with temple management. So I trained somebody up. I trained someone up, one of the boys who was with me in the temple, and then handed over the temple presidency service to him. But then the other devotees, they were like complaining because I was also embarking on building a new temple. I was also very good in fundraising, so I was embarking on building a new temple, and the temple had not been finalized in terms of the finishing touches. So the devotees, they wanted me to come again to become a president. And they went to complain to the spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Swami, that they want Vasudev to come back. And I remember one day, after Mangarati, we were having some announcements. And then he brought up this. And he said, asking Vasudev again to become a president is wasting Vasudev's time, wasting Guru's time, wasting Krishna's time. And then everybody just kept quiet. Now what happened was that when he asked me to go and preach to professors, I took that as my heart and soul. I didn't have to make decisions myself. That saved me a lot of trouble. I just gave my life to him and said, whatever you want, I will do. So I started with the academic preaching programs, going to conferences, making presentations, researching, and publishing in peer-reviewed journals. And within 3 years, I had my first 25 publications in peer-reviewed journals. I didn't have to make a decision myself. No. So if you are in my shoes who do not want to take up the risk of making a decision yourself, you have to allow it a decision scientist. Otherwise, we make so many poor decisions which adversely affect our lives. And sometimes someone may even do something that is not pleasant to us, and we could be reactive instead of making a proper decision. I'll give you another gross example of that, but with Krishna. Now, in Vrindavan, there was this festival that was coming up at Govardhan, and the gopis were preparing. We are setting up all different type of assorted jewelries and for them to decorate their bodies before they go for the festival. And Krishna had a hint of that. One of his friends came to tell him about what was transpiring. So he sent one of his friends to go and meet the gopis to donate some jewelries for him to decorate his cows for this festival. And one of the gopis said that these jewelries are not for Krishna's cows. If he wants to decorate his cows, he should look for jewelry somewhere else, not the jewelries. And what did Krishna decide to do? Again, decision making. Krishna was not reactive. He was rather proactive. Proactive in the sense, he thought, what is the best way to help these gopis? They're being offensive now. I own everything. And now, asking them to give me some jewelry to decorate my cows, they have refused. What is the best way to help these girls? Krishna decided to cultivate a garden of pearls. A garden of pearls. So he went to meet his mother and said, the mother should give him pearls. He wants to cultivate the garden of pearls. The mother said, it doesn't work like that. Krishna said, you must give me pearls. And you watch out to see what happens. The mother also understands. Sometimes she becomes clear that this child is not an ordinary child. So Krishna was pressing, and she brought all the pearls in our house and gave it to him. And then Krishna went, hired some people, and cultivated the garden, planted these pearls, and within a few days, they started sprouting up. And in a few weeks, the whole of the environment was booming with powerful scent of pearls. And this news got to the gopis. And so the gopis also thought, we saw what he was doing. We will also cultivate a garden of pearls, bigger one. And they went to collect the jewelry, the pearls of their parents, from all of their homes. And they developed the garden, planted all those pearls, but nothing happened. And later, here is the juice of the story. And later, those gopis came back to Krishna begging. Begging for pearls. Because they have taken the pearls away from their homes, they need to replace them. So, here is what happens when someone acts in a negative way to us. We react. But Krishna, his decision-making expertise makes him completely different. And the point is that we are not Krishna. So what to do when we at a crossroad, when we need to make a decision, what to do, whether it is a social decision, a professional, a devotional, what do we do? Okay, devotional decision, maybe you meet your guru. But what if it's a professional decision? What do you do? And therefore, just to cut things down, to bring things down. See, in the field of decision science, there are models we use in making decisions. And one of those common models is what we call the SWOT analysis. SWOT. SWOT. S stands for strengths. If you want to make a decision, look at what strengths your choice is. What are the strengths in this choice? What you want to decide on, what you have taken up to do, what are the strengths? What are the positive effects that you will derive from this? And you also have to look at, evaluate the weaknesses, the shortcomings. Because sometimes if we make this analysis properly, we can sit back and say, wait a minute, there are risk factors here. I shouldn't venture into this. But you see, we take decisions to be very simple. And indeed, we make thousands of decisions subtly and grossly every day. And so we have to understand how to go about making a decision in our daily lives, either in spiritual life, professional, social, whatever. So we look at the weaknesses. And then the next thing is, the opportunities in this venture. What I want to do, what are the opportunities? What do I gain? What are the gains? In other words, we have to look at the gains and the loss, and not just the immediate gains and the loss, the long-term gains and the loss too. And the next thing we have to evaluate is the threats, the risk factors. If we use this simple model, this is a scientific model developed by decision scientists. And people in general can save themselves from so much trouble, can save themselves from suicide. People commit suicide because, in most cases, because of wrong decisions. And therefore, it is important that we align ourselves with the Christian factor, and at the same time, we should be abreast of the contemporary decisions, procedures for decision making. Because majority of the people are going to have families, and they have to make decisions. Majority of the people may not live by themselves. They may have some companions, and they have to make decisions. So decision making is such an important factor in our lives. Therefore, we should take time out of our busy schedule. You could Google SWOT analysis. It's there. If you go to Google Scholar and Google SWOT analysis, it's a simple, very simple approach to decision making. How you evaluate your loss and gains, the risk factors, the opportunities. So, decision science is also in the Vedas, in our Krishna consciousness textbooks. It's there in the Bhagavatam. It's there in the Gita. In fact, Arjuna has so much difficulty in making the decision. Arjuna, at some point in time, he said, I quit. I'm not going to fight. But Krishna had to persuade him. Here is the deal. Someone under your auspices may say, no, I will not take this decision. But you may see what that decision, the ultimate result, the importance of that decision in that person's life. What do? You can persuade that person to be able to take up that decision. Because some of the choices that we make, they are a little bit covert. It's not so open. And therefore, we have to see how we are helping ourselves by a simple understanding that Krishna is the best of decision scientists, the best of strategists. And we can also be strategists and individually try to become good decision makers. Okay, we end it here. Are there some comments or some questions? Any comments or questions? Okay. All right. Yeah. We see even for us to be able to utilize the SWOT analysis, we have to be good strategists. And Krishna is the foremost of all strategists. We have to strategize. Strategize not just immediate results, but also considering long-term results, long-term outcome. Strategic planning means you're not just after now, but that's what Krishna did. He strategized and moved away from the battlefield. And he led Kalyavan into the cave. He didn't have to do anything. Someone else has to do the job for him. That is strategy. We have to think about doing less with the limited time, but maximum results. Yeah. Thank you. Any other? Yes. Yes, impulse. That's a nice question. Do we make decisions based on bad impulse? Yeah. You see, we have a problem. Human beings, we have a problem. We may have good intentions. We may aspire to make good decisions. But in most cases, we are embroiled in terrible emotions. Like if we are angry, we cannot make good decisions. If we are lusty, we cannot make good decisions. I'll give you an example. There was this teacher, her husband was the principal of that, it happened in America here. Her husband, I don't want to mention it state, but it happened in America here. Her husband was the principal of that high school. She was a teacher there. And she got attracted to one 17-year-old boy. So they were texting to go on. And then she texted the boy that, hey, wait a minute. If I get caught, I'll go to jail. So one would have thought that, oh, she have decided to cut off this texting. But no. The lust has already overwhelmed her. They went out anyway. They had an affair. They came back and the boy started bragging all over the place to his classmates, and the girls of the boys' class, they took up the matter. Went to the principal, reported, and it became a legal case. They called the police and all this because the boy was under age 17. So yes, our impulses can force us to have bad decisions, bad choices, with sometimes criminal implications. Even in some cases where we have, even it happens in our movement. Even in Mayapur, I saw a case where a man was legitimately married to another woman, a devotee, with children. The lady had children, and they got attracted to each other. They decided to elope. They ran away. They abandoned their families. They ran away. So impulses. That's a good point you raised. Impulses can make us have bad decisions. Yes. Any other comment or question?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Yeah, sometimes we need to take decisions in a very quick time. We will not find time for SWOT analysis. And we realize that we could have done better so later when we do the SWOT analysis. how because it's not that practical, I would say. I mean, for some decisions, I say SWOT would be beneficial. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice point. It's like in an emergency. Okay. Now what happens is that, like in emergency, you forget that you're not his body. Okay. You completely forget we are not his body. But then the point is that we should practice so that the analysis, the SWOT analysis, can live with us like it's in our palm. Something happens within few seconds. You analyze the situation. What are the risk factors here? That's the first thing you should ask yourself. The threats. What are the risk factors here? Don't look at the good things first. Talk about the risk factors. And that will save the individual a lot of time. It's a big problem. People are going to jail. Look, here in America, one of the current research that I just finished working and submitted for publication is on congressional sex scandals. Even members of Congress, they're going to jail. So it's not that they plan that, no, I will do something bad, destroy my family, destroy my reputation, destroy my job. No. Emergency. Again, it comes to this point you raise here. Impulses. So the impulses, they push us into emergency situations where we don't think even about what the consequences could be. But we have to act in an emergency consciousness. That will save us a lot from dealing with crisis and making decisions in a crisis situation. All right, we end here. Thank you very much again for participating.
Give a wonderful thank you. Maharaj will be here for a few minutes, so if you have any other questions, please come and chat to him. Great, thank you. Have a wonderful week. See you at Prasadam. Hare Krishna.